up, everybody? It's your girl, Mary Lou, aka Lou Beezy on a track, and you are listening to the Dork Dad Podcast.
What up, dorks? Lucky the Dork Dad here with another episode. Back-to-back weeks? What's going on here? So I told you I had some people lined up. And finally, this one I've been working on for a while. But I was finally able to get her. That sounds bad. But no, I got a great show for you today. Exciting show. I had a little quick chat with Miss Mary Lou Davis. Miss Mary Lou is a local chef here in San Antonio, but what makes it special is that she is blowing up right now on social media and TV everywhere. She is on the current season, that's season 19 of Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsey. She's in the top 6 now, I believe, so she's still in there. She's still fighting. So if you're not watching the show, you got to get on it because this girl makes the show, in my opinion. I mean, she's a firecracker. She's funny. She's all that and a bag of chips. I'm telling my age right there with that one. But yeah, she's all that. But before we get started, I haven't talked about the fam in a while. And of course, this is what it was all about, right? Dork Dad Podcast, trying to talk about my adventures as a dad and a dork. But, so me and my boys, finally got my boys into WandaVision. We finished that. They liked it. We're ready for Falcon and Winter Soldier. We caught the first episode of that. We liked it. I haven't got them to watch the Snyder Cut yet. It's a 4-hour movie, you know. I caught it myself. I thought it was great. A lot better than the first one. I don't miss the things that were cut out. I like the things that they added. I don't know if we needed the dream sequence at the end, the epilogue. Maybe that we didn't need that, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I mean, the way DC works with all the hype that's getting and it's getting decent reviews, they're probably gonna reopen the Snyderverse because that's what DC does. They're just money grabbers and go wherever the money is. But I enjoyed it. Other things going on with the fam. My daughter, if you've been listening for a while, you know my daughter does competition dance. She's still doing that. They're still gonna do like virtual competition, I think, this year. At least that's what they did last year. But was a freshman this year, and she did her first high school dance competition. So that was a lot different than what we're used to, but she did great. Too bad she can't tap dance because, you know, that's her thing. But nevertheless, she did great. And you know, my boys are just boys. My oldest going to graduate this year, and yeah. He still don't know what he wants to do, but we'll figure it out, I guess, eventually. So my youngest, I don't know. He's just being young. See, as for collecting stuff, I did pick up the new Last Night on Earth Batman wave with the Bane Connect figure. Maybe I'll do a video and put them all together or something like that and show that off. And I'm still collecting Batman comics, and I'm probably spending too much money. Things are getting a little tight, and I'm still getting packages every day, and my wife's getting mad. But that's the way it is in the life of a collector. Yeah. But, okay, enough of this boring stuff. Let's get into it with Miss Mary Lou Davis, a.k.a. Lou Beezy, a.k.a. the Champagne Shorty. Yeah, let's just get into it. Hope y'all like this new intro music, because, I can't make up my mind. I keep changing it up, but I'm going with a little rock style here. And away we go. Hey.
Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you.
Awesome.
How you doing?
I just got off of work. We're so busy.
Really?
Yes, it's ridiculous. All the mandates went out and they're just like, hey, do whatever you want. So everybody said, okay. All at start.
All right. So my name's Lucky.
Hi, Lucky. I'm Mary Lou.
So my podcast is called Dork Dad Podcast. So I usually talk about pop culture stuff, movies, TV, collecting, all this junk back here. But I really like to talk to local artists. I consider chefs an artist, right? I'm going to do like a separate introduction, so don't worry about that. So we can just talk like normal. But basically, just want to talk about Hell's Kitchen, talk about Geeks and Grubs, talk about cosplay, and whatever else you want to talk about. So,
sounds great.
All right. So we got, are you ready or what?
Yeah.
All right.
I got my drip on.
All right. All right. We got Miss Mary Lou, Chef Mary Lou in the house, aka Lou Beezy, aka coffee and concealer, the snack that smiles back. You got all kinds of nicknames.
They just started like piling on after a moment, and then I felt like Daenerys Targaryen. I'm all like Lou Beezy, first of her name of the House Jenkins, and then I just kept going. The snack that smiles back, the original Champagne Shouty.
There you go, Champagne Shouty. So, Hell's Kitchen, right? Season 19. You still in it, as far as everybody knows.
Still there.
You still there. So, I just want to say, first off, I really watched it because of you, because I think you make the show. I think you're one of the fan favorites. You're funny. To me, you're the heart of the show, really. You're positive. You're everybody's cheerleader. So
thank you.
All right. And just want to say, is it as hard as it looks out there?
Definitely. I say it's harder because the way that it's edited, we all look like that's a lie. We don't all look like we got it, but it's tough. Like when we're learning the recipes, we literally had like 3 hours to learn our whole book of recipes. And after a while, it would be, hey, we're adding these new things on the menu. So practice this. Okay, we're open. Let's go. So it's just like, do you know how to cook? You have to use the skills that you already have in this kitchen. They're not really teaching you how to do too much. But on the other side, if I'm doing something wrong, it's not like I'm going to immediately get called out and yelled at. It's like, hey, don't do it that way. Do it this way. They do teach you things. I definitely learned while I was there.
I got you. Like Gordon Ramsey, he seems like a hard ass, but you can cuss on here. It's all right if you want. I didn't tell you that, but so he seems real hard, but how is he in real life? To me, I think he's a big softie when it comes down to it.
I mean, do I wish he talked to me the same way he talked to them kids? Absolutely. But it's like, you make him mad. He doesn't walk in saying, oh, I'm about to fuck somebody up today. He just is like, hey, this is the food that I want to serve. I want to serve perfect food to people. I want to make people happy. Can you do that? And it's just like, yeah, I can do that. And then you serve him the food and it's not up to his standards. And he'll tell you the first time, don't do that again. You better not make it look like that. You're like, yeah, chef. And then you do it again. And then shit just goes down after that. It's like, ooh, he told you not to do that. He told you not.
That's the thing. It just seems so serious all the time,
It definitely was.
Right. But was it like nonstop, day after day, you're shooting, or did you have downtime? I mean, y'all in Vegas, right? Did y'all get to have some fun out there?
Only if you win a challenge. If you don't win a challenge, you don't go nowhere. You just stay inside.
They
I
don't
know
let
y'all saw me. Yeah.
they don't
I know
let you go nowhere.
No, you can't go nowhere. They took our phones. We weren't even allowed to have pins. Like after the first couple of days, because we would write the recipes down so we would learn it. And they're like, all right, it's for you. We're like, what? No pins? Took your pins away. One girl would like hide one in her chef coat. She's like, and then they took it. And I was like, oh, you shouldn't have said that with your mic on, because now they heard you. They would have took your pin. And then the only times that we were able to get out was on Sundays. So on Sunday, they would take us to the hotel, and then everybody would be in a different room. They had to take us in one by one, so nobody knew where anybody's room was. And we didn't have our phones, and we didn't have any computers, and we didn't have TV. We had the radio. That was it. And you know them windows don't open because we in a casino hotel.
That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that strict. I guess they got to keep everything hush hush, right? No cheating or whatever.
Everything.
That's crazy. So did you? I mean, obviously the show's over, but did you create any friendships out there? You still keep in touch with some of the cast?
I keep in contact actually with the majority of them. Corey and I still talk. I will go see Jordan. She lives in Texas too. And I was gonna let you know, every time I go and see Jordan, I have a great time. I'm like, I don't ever want to leave. My glass of champagne is always full. She's got beautiful women running around all the time. Jordan's already fun as hell. She got that thick ass accent. And I'm like, say something else, Jordan. Just talk to me.
You seem real nervous on the show though.
I was nervous as hell. Oh my gosh. I was definitely not the person that I am today. I mean, going on the show, I've always been this. Like, I always have a lot of energy. I always say what's on my head. I laugh at my own jokes. I'm very animated. But on the show, I was really scared because I just didn't feel like I was good enough to be there. And so I just didn't really want to talk. I didn't want to do anything. And every time we would have a challenge, I would just panic because I'm like, everyone's going to see that I'm not good. I'm not good. I can't do anything. And as the show would progress, I started to be more confident with myself and realize that my style of cuisine, it works. Like, it's what I like, and I can make other people like it too.
It's good, right? So Texas, you mentioned Texas. Are you, you're here in San Antonio, correct?
Yes, sir.
And are you born and raised? Are you from Texas or what's the story?
I'm from Logansport, Indiana. It's a very small town where the middle school, high school, and elementary school are named after the town. So, I mean,
what brought you to Texas?
My mom. So my mom, her name's Mary. I'm a junior. She wanted to go live with our Aunt Mary. She's not junior. I know there's three of us all on the line. So she came to visit my Aunt Mary once, and my Aunt Mary's a hairstylist. And so my mom's like, Texas is great. We're going to move to Texas. And so when I was about 5 or 6, we got up and we moved to Texas. And I would go back to Indiana every summer for the entire summer. And like, it's fun when you're young because, you know, you can wander the streets and shit because it's a small town, so you don't have to worry about anything. But the older I got, the more I realized there ain't shit to do over here. I would go to the library. I would play putt-putt golf. Like that was it.
Well, do you like it now?
Oh, I love San Antonio. Indiana, no, I never want to go back there. I think I went back maybe 7 years ago, and I was like, I can't be here. I hate it.
Let's talk about Geeks and Grubs. Right? You sporting the shirt right now. I've been enjoying them. I like the whole concept of you know, bringing in a food item from a show or anime or whatnot. How did that all start? And I mean, you got friends I know helping you out doing the recording. Did they push you into that or?
No, it's something that I'd always wanted to do. And I just could never find the time. I mean, like working in the kitchen, you're working like 60, 70-hour weeks. So it's like I come home. Most times I don't even eat. I just make popcorn or I just like go to bed and try to dream about food for like substance. But like I have no time. And then, then COVID started and then I got laid off. And after I lost my job, I was like, hey, I have time. And then my friends, they had all lost their jobs at the same time too. And I was like, remember, because I talked to each of them about this and they're like, yeah, we can do that. And it just flew. Like we got our episodes together. We started filming, started recording, we started getting everything done. My best friend Jess, she has Jess Draw on Instagram, and she's like made all my chibis. She made all my stickers. She made my website. Like, Jess is a godsend. Thank God for her. And then I have Miguel and Keanu, who, like, because of Miguel, he's the one that introduced me to Keanu. And Miguel takes like a bunch of my photos. He helps me with when I get like, we get our little nerd shit together and we just start talking. And I'm like, what if we did this? And he's like, you know what? What if we did that? He's like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, do it. Let's go. Let's do this. And then Keanu is our director who makes sure that we're doing everything, I guess, properly. He does like the final edits and the final cuts. And it's like there's a lot that goes into YouTube that I don't think people know, because I didn't know. You don't just put the camera up and say, all right, let's go. There's like angles, there's music.
There's a lot to it.
There's so stuff. Editing is hard. So I like editing.
I like how
right, raw, and it's a lot and it's a process, but we're all good.
I like how raw it is. You know, you
said you like how raw it is?
yeah. You know, you funny. You can tell it's not scripted. You're just out there having fun. I like when you say, I think you were chopping onions. You're like, we got chingos of onions, you know. I was laughing at that. Like, I know you're picking up on some Spanish when you live in Texas, so.
You have to. Because I know we're working the line a bunch. They're like, Mary, how many do I need? I'm like, chingos. Just all of them. Chingos.
Yeah, that's funny.
We have a good time, and I like that we're definitely not scripted. I like the fact that I'm like, let's just go, let's just see what happens. Like, even beforehand, I wasn't really practicing the recipes too much. So now that we're like, I've moved, we're getting in the kitchen together and we're starting to record more. And so now I'm like practicing a lot of the recipes. And I'm like, this is good. Because on like definitely the Food Wars episode, I was shooting it at like my friend's house. So I'm there and I was like, hey, do you have a meat mallet? And he's like, no, why would I have a meat mallet? And I'm like, give me that bag. I'm just going to smack it with my hand.
I like that. That was my favorite part of that episode. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to use my fists. This is what I get. This is what I got.
You make it work. And I was like, you know what? I thought it was funny. And he's like, I thought it was. That's what people come for. I think they come for like my personality and just who I am. So all I can do is be me. That's all I'm going to give people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the whole thing with Geeks and Grubs, you do like a whole cosplay thing while you're cooking. Now, you do cosplay as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you've done for a while, or you just started, or?
I've been doing cosplay since 2019. I don't count 2020, so I've only been doing it for a year. Like that year was on pause. But I've really been doing it for like a solid year, a little bit more. I think I've been to about 3 cons. And I love it. I like building my own costumes, especially when I could find the time. That would be all that I would do, is just like words. I would devote myself to like just one little thing at a time. Like the last big build that I did was this samurai build. And that took me, it took me a couple days, like all in all with all the hours. I was like, oh, cutting it, making the stencil, spray painting, going back, spray painting, tying it all together, gluing, realizing that you glued it on the wrong spot. So then you walk away because you're like, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. And you come back, you're like, all right, let's do it one more time. But I've been doing it for about a good year and a half. I love it.
What would you say is your favorite costume you put together so far? The samurai one?
No, my favorite cosplay is the Valkyrie. That one is like my favorite. I made these wings. I had my one friend Yeda help me with them. So it was hard. And it turned out so good. I loved it. I was like, look at me looking all mystical, magical and shit.
I think
mythological Mary Lou.
I saw that one. Yeah. It was looking good.
Right?
Hell yeah.
I can come save some bitches.
You into or what draws you to do your characters? Is it anime or movies? You into that kind of stuff?
A lot of it was like my first cosplay was Android 21 from DBZ, and it's just I think like she was just a new character. She's only on Fighter, so when I saw her, I was like, that's cool. I would like to cosplay her. And it wasn't like, ooh, I'm going to cosplay. Like one of my friends was going to a convention and he was like, hey, we're all doing DBZ characters. You should do one. And I was like, I don't want to do Bulma. Everyone's going to do Bulma. I was probably going to do Launch because, like, everybody loves Launch. But then I saw Android 21. I was like, this is it. And it's like, which one do you want to be? And I was like, I got to be pink. I have to be completely pink. And it was just so much fun. So that's how that one got started. The rest of them, I'm just like scrolling on Instagram and I'll see something that I like. Like the Valkyrie is somebody's drawing and the samurai is someone's drawing. And I was like, I love your artwork.
Yeah, and it's cool to put your own spin on things anyways.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever do get back to a normal life again, you think you'll do more cons, or you think your life has changed now since all this?
Oh no, I feel like I'll do even more cons now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm starting to get better connections. I can have people. Apparently, like, I've been out of the loop with this whole 3D printer game. Because apparently you can print anything. I was like, for real? So yeah. I don't have one, but I got friends that got them.
I've seen.
And I was like, the game has changed now.
I've seen people print like full like life-size statues, but piece by piece, and they put them together. It's crazy.
And they put them together, right?
Yeah.
You know what? When we're done, I got a message I need to send out because I need a tiara.
Has the show brought you a lot more attention? You get noticed more? Is it bringing more people to the restaurant and stuff?
Yes, and yes. As the more the show goes on, the more people I get that talk to me every day at work. And it's like, I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking and I'm running back and forth and my servers are, hey, Mary. And it's like, you can tell by the tone. I know, hey, Mary,
They're like, they want to come talk to you.
Hey, Mary, I went over to one lady yesterday before I left because I was just leaving. I set my backpack down and I walked over and I sat down next to her. I was like, hi, how's it going? And she cried. She cried. And she was like, oh my God, it's you. And I was like, stop crying because you're going to make me cry. Why are we crying? Stop it. So that was exciting. People started blushing. They turned red. They're like, can you just tell her I said hi? So I'm like, hey, how's it going? I had to like sign a couple things. I'm like, you want my autograph? Who am I? They're like, can you sign this, please? Sure. Thanks. Like they see me. It's the purple hair too.
Yeah. I tell my wife and kids, like, hey, you want to go check out the restaurant? And they're like, they're real shy. They're like, no, we don't want to bother her. And this.
Aw, you guys have to come in. Yeah.
We will one day. It'll be after the show, after everything dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, what else you got going on? I mean, I know you're blowing up right now, right? You got Geeks and Grub. You got blowing up on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. Anything you got coming up you want to promote?
Yeah, actually, on Saturday, I'm about to drop my new merch line. So Geeks and Grubs has their own shirts. We've got bandanas. We're working on hats. I really want to work on earrings. I just think if I get little chippies of my face hanging, like, it's so cute. But we are about to drop that store. I actually have trading cards that are about to come out, and they just have like little bitty recipes on them. They look like Pokemon cards. I just want to choke someone because they make me so happy. We have postcards, like, on Saturday. That's the newest thing that's going to happen.
That's the drop.
That's the drop. Come on, merch.
On a .com or?
It's going to be on Etsy, but the link will be on my website because we have geeksandgrubs.com. So you can go to that and figure out how to purchase it. We also have it on Instagram, Geeks and Grubs. You just click on the link, and then we'll probably connect the YouTube to it as well. That way everybody gets some. Come on, yo. Buy me out. Can I break the internet?
All right. I know you're a busy woman right now. I don't want to keep too much of your time, but before we finish, I like to do something I call Dork Dad Questions, which is just 5 random questions, just kind of no right or wrong answers, just something meant to be fun. So if you're down for those, we'll knock those out.
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right. So one thing in our podcasting community, like my show, I have my own feed, and I also run on a podcasting network with other shows. There's like a Star Wars podcast on there. There's other pop culture podcasts on there. And one thing they're always fighting about is Star Wars and Marvel. The argument is which is more culturally significant. So In your opinion, what do you think, Star Wars or Marvel?
You're gonna be real mad at me because I haven't seen Star Wars. I've only seen the first three and the last two.
Oh,
And I just need you to know I had so many questions in between them. Yeah, sorry. So I'm gonna say Marvel, but I'm biased.
Whew. All right. That's the wrong answer, but it's all right.
I can't say if it's right or wrong because I only have like 70% of the puzzle. But I feel like you're really big into Star Wars, aren't you?
Um, a little bit, but no, I kid.
Well, you immediately told me that I was wrong.
I'm neutral because eventually we're gonna do a podcast where we actually have like a debate, which is better. I'm supposed to be the host. Maybe that'll happen eventually. The hard thing is getting everybody.
So if you're neutral, why did you tell me I was wrong?
That's just my opinion. The hardest thing though is to get people together. You know that, right?
Yeah, but you're neutral.
Yeah, I'm neutral, but neutral with an opinion. All right, Marvel. No big deal.
That don't count.
No big deal. You're good. You're still good. Let's see. Question number 2. Let's say you got to the point where you owned your own restaurant, right?
Okay.
What's the name of that restaurant?
When I was little, I always wanted to name it A Good Mess because when my mom would like eat my food, she'd look around the kitchen. She's like, "You just made a good mess over here, didn't you?" Like, yeah. Oh, sorry. So like as of now, I haven't thought of anything else, but I've always wanted like a good mess.
I like that. And what kind of food?
I would like to serve a lot of like home style food, but I'd probably like make it a little more upscale. Not upscale as in like, give me them Benjis. Just like I'd like something where in the morning we're baking all of our bread and I have a rooftop garden and maybe on the terrace I throw parties up there every once in a while and something where I'm changing the menu like every couple of weeks, just what I have left over. Nothing too extravagant.
You're making a ratatouille, right? That home style dish.
Yeah, I do have that episode out where I'm making that comfy bialdi.
All right, I like that. All right, here's one. Would you rather, right?
Okay.
Would you rather have ice cream thrown at you again or cook rice?
I mean, I cooked the rice. I'm not as bad anymore. It was like I was bad that episode, and then after that, I was just like, oh, they're gonna give me a bunch of shit. Plus, like it's the first day, I'm really nervous, and I did my best to skim around the crunchy parts. You know, when you inside, you're like, no, not that side. Like get in the middle.
It's a little al dente. That's all.
Right? I'm like, you can do it for pasta. I can't do it for rice. Who wrote these rules?
All right. Let's see. Number 4. So you in Texas, right? I know you had some tacos before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What is your go-to taco, or maybe not even taco? What's your go-to Mexican dish or place here? I don't know.
If I'm going for tacos, I usually go to West Ave or I go to Taco Boulevard. Depends on how I'm feeling right now. And my go-to dish, barbacoa all day. Barbacoa. My sous chef will come in on Sundays, and I'll text him. Are you gonna bring tacos? He's like, which ones do you want? You know what I want. We've been doing this song and dance for 2 years. You bringing barbacoa tacos or no?
And Big Red.
We're at that all day.
And Big Red.
Yes. He doesn't get it all the time. I'm more of a cherry Coke girl. But if you bring the Big Red, like I'm not gonna drink it.
Cherry Coke. I like that. Not many people down with the cherry.
Come on, that cherry. Not that zero. All of it. Give me all the flavor.
All right. I guess this last question here.
Okay.
You said you're Marvel, right? Did you catch any of WandaVision at all?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for it to be over because I want to binge it. Didn't the last episode just show?
Yeah, it's over. It's over. You can go watch it. All right. So, but in the show, she kind of envisions herself in different sitcoms and different TV shows and whatnot. So thinking along that same line, if you could live in any TV land, TV universe, or movie universe, whatever, what would that be?
I would like to live in the Princess and the Frog. I love the 1920s in New Orleans. Everybody's wearing hats.
Ooh, I like that.
Women are just finding their independence. We're all wearing scandalous dresses around and telling everybody off and doing what we want. I was like, I love it. That's where I need to be.
Voodoo and magic and all that.
Exactly. I got voodoo.
Right.
I got things I ain't even tried.
Crawfish. Can you cook some crawfish?
I'm actually going to be making some tomorrow. We're working on a new episode. And so I'm going to be making some crawfish. I'm really excited.
Nice. Did you get down, though? You get down with crawfish? Suck the head and all that?
All the way, biting the corn, nose is running. I'm just like, and they're like, you want some water? No, you go make it worse. Just keep going. Maybe I'll take a nice cold beer.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So I didn't want to take up too much of your time, but unless you have anything else you want to bring up or mention or appearances, you gonna do appearances? Sometimes I do like charity stuff. This past Christmas we did like this Toys for Tot things, and I did have a cosplayer show up. I don't know if you know her, Paradox Cosplay. She's local.
I do. That's Yida. That's the one that helped me make my wings.
Yeah, so she helped us out. It was kind of a last minute Toys for Tots thing. She came by with her husband and the kids.
Was she a black cat? Was she black cat?
No, they dressed up as like elves because it was Christmas time. But it was cool. I don't know, maybe if we plan it better next year, have more cosplayers and have it like a thing, maybe I'll give you a ring, see if you're available.
Absolutely. Just hit me up.
Nice. Love it. Well, hey, girl. I appreciate it. Your time, finally, after all this back and forth. But we made it.
So hard.
We made it happen. I know you're busy. And
having my publicist has really just like helped me with everything. So I'm like, okay, when this time you've already called these people because she has to go through Hell's Kitchen to make sure I can do it, and then I just forget. And I was like, oh, thank God, she's a godsend.
It's all good. We made it happen, and I appreciate it. And I enjoy seeing you on the show. The whole family loves to watch, so maybe we'll go for a visit to the restaurant one of these days.
Come on through. Just let me know when.
Will do. All right, you take care, girl.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys been listening to the Dork Dad podcast. That was my little quick chat with Chef Mary Lou, a busy lady. Be sure to follow Chef Mary Lou on Instagram at Coffee and Concealer. Also on Instagram, you can follow her shenanigans at Geeks and Grubs, and also Geeks and Grubs on YouTube. You can see her little cooking videos, which are quite entertaining, where she does cosplay while she cooks, and she's funny as hell. But check her out. Also check out her merch, which should be up now, geeksandgrub.com. That has been my show for this week. So please follow, like, subscribe, leave a review. And until next time, I'll see you later.